The heart of your team. The heart of San Diego. Bally Sports San Diego. The heart of the fan.
"90 feet away, Mateo kind of walking down that third baseline. That'll get to the backstop. Here comes Mateo! Padres walking off in San Diego! Wild pitch uncorked by Bard. From third comes Mateo, and the Padres win it in 10. Exciting win for the Padres if they take the first two games of this three-game series against the Rockies, and the Padres trying to make it a clean sweep in the finale of this three-game series between the Rockies and the Padres from Petco Park in San Diego. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres baseball. Well, today, breaking news. Right up till game time, we were not sure the lineup for the Padres, waiting on a couple of guys to come back. Well, guess what? They're both back here today.
Added punch to the lineup, and it's good to see if you're a Friar fan. We got Eric Hosmer, Fernando Tatis Jr. I tell you what, Donnie, it's been a long time since a position player, when they ran out to do their sprints, the crowd here at Petco Park erupted as Fernando Tatis Jr. went out to do his sprints. Eric Hosmer back in the fold again as well, activated. So it's good to have the first baseman and the regular shortstop in the lineup defensively and offensively for the Padres.
Well, the Padres are playing great baseball, and a lot of it has to do with what they've done during the time that these guys have been out.
The last 8 games, a 7-1 record. When you look at this record without the benefit of some key players that are back today, it really tells you the depth of this ball club. Almost 6 runs per game. Look at the run differential, too. So they're out there in the pitching. Pitching's been the whole story. The starting pitching set the tone. We saw Darvish and we saw Snell do well. And, of course, it's been lights out for the bullpen. Number one in a lot of categories for the guys down there in that bullpen.
That's our next topic. Really, the first 2 games of this series, the starting pitchers have been great. And last night, Snell went a little deeper.
Blake Snell was outstanding last night, throwing the ball with the fastball and getting ahead in the strikeouts. When you take a look at these two guys combined, 13 innings pitched, only 9 hits, 1 walk. They struck out 21. So Joe Musgrove saw these guys, right? A great scouting report. Saw it live firsthand here at Petco Park. Joe goes this afternoon, last time against St. Louis. 5 innings, 5 hits, only 1 earned run. He struck out 5. Now here's the thing I want to look at today. Since Darvish and Snell threw a lot of fastballs against this Rockies team, let's see if Joe Musgrove goes with the 4-seamer, because we know he's got the slider, he's got the cut fastball, so hopefully he can go 6+ innings.
Coming up, the Padres got to extra innings last night and grinded out a win in 10. Bob Scanlon will look into how they did it last night next on Bally Sports San Diego.
This was the action last night in the 10th inning with a runner on second base. Padres playing small ball. Brian O'Grady doing it perfectly, getting the bunt down to the third base side, forcing the third baseman to commit. Once Jorge Mateo sees that, he's able to get himself over to third base, 90 feet away from scoring position. Brian O'Grady, meanwhile, going into the dugout and deservedly getting the high fives from his teammates. They know that's not a play that's going to show up on a highlight reel, but it is a play that's going to help them win a baseball game. Jace Tingler in a unique situation of able to play small ball because he has this fast runner on second base, and most importantly, a batter at the plate in Brian O'Grady who can handle the bat, and that sets the stage for another player that can handle the bat in Trent Grisham. All he has to do is get the ball in the air with 5 guys on the infield. Sounds easy, right? Not against Daniel Bard throwing 97, 98 miles an hour. He quickly falls behind the count 0-2, but he doesn't give in. Instead, he grinds away, forces Bard to continue to throw. That's a tough slider on the hands. Fastball fouled off. You got to throw one more pitch, and that's the extra pitch that makes the difference. He launches it to the backstop. Mateo scores. Padres did the little things with the bunt, with the grind out at bat. It helps them win a baseball game, and guess what? Those little things will help you win championships. Jake can rake, but he's going to grab the broom today. He's going to help the Padres try to complete the sweep. Jake Cronenworth with a 6-game hitting streak. Will he help the Padres complete it today? We'll find out. Padres Rockies coming up next, right here on Bally Sports San Diego.
Bally Sports presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, official partner of the San Diego Padres. by Sycuan Casino. Watch the Padres all season long at Sycuan Casino Resort with exclusive prizes, game tickets, and more. By Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop NissanUSA.com. And by Jack in the Box. Remember, when the Padres hit a homer today, get a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow with a purchase of a large drink. Fun night last night for the Padres. They take game 2. It's time now for the weather report, brought to you by HES Solar. And a look at the temperature today, 68 degrees, 7 miles per hour the breeze, south-southwesterly, and mostly clear the forecast for today. There are some clouds around, but mostly sunshine as we get it started, the finale of this 3-game series from Petco Park in San Diego. But Black's team today in their road gray uniforms, and here's your starting 9. Raimel Tapia back at the top of the order and in left field with Trevor Story at shortstop. Charlie Blackmon is in right field batting third. C.J. Cron at first base with Ryan McMahon at second base. Josh Fuentes at third with Garrett Hampson in center field. Dom Nunez does the catching, batting eighth, and Chichi Gonzalez is the pitcher, and he bats ninth. On the mound for the Padres today is Joe Musgrove.
28-year-old making his 9th start. First of the year against these Rockies. He's had 2 games to watch these Rocky hitters with Yu Darvish and Blake Snell. Opponent's only hitting 193. Very good numbers for Joe with a 2.86 ERA. And with Raimel Tapia stepping up to the plate, stepping up to the mic is the voice of the San Diego Padres, Mr. Don Orsillo. Don?
Thanks, Mudley, and here we go. Third and final game of the series. And the first pitch of this one is going to miss for ball 1. And we are underway. The Padres playing great baseball and trying to make it a clean sweep against these Rockies.
It's been a mixed bag, hasn't it, Don? Very few runs last night with some small ball, but yet some games with a lot of production and runs. So it's been a mixed bag of sorts.
Hasn't been consistent in that area, but the winning part has been consistent,
it's
which is all that matters.
Losing.
That's right. It's like better than losing.
Right.
Yeah. Now Tapia hitting at 284, 4 homers and 22 runs batted in, and swings over the top of that. Ball and 2 strikes down to Tapia. And it's so great to have Fernando Tatis Jr. at shortstop, Eric Hosmer at first base as you look down to the field, and it is a welcome sight. We were told there was a chance that both would be activated today, but it is a reality, and both in the starting lineup. Swing and a miss, and Musgrove strikes out Tapia to begin the afternoon.
Oh, there's the slider down and in towards that back foot, perfectly placed. Oh, you get that feel early, especially against the leadoff hitter of a ball game. And the punch out. Looks like it might be a good afternoon for Joe Musgrove.
1 out here in the first inning, and it brings up Trevor Story. 258, 4 homers and 21 runs driven in for Story. He has started all 3 games of this 3-game series, and back at shortstop again today. Drives one to right. O'Grady moving over towards the line. Will get there to make the catch for out number 2.
Defense. Want to take a look at the defense? Well, here it is in the outfield. Jurickson Profar in left. Trent Grisham in center field. We just saw Brian O'Grady in right. On the infield, Manny Machado at third. Hey, welcome back, Fernando Tatis Jr. at short. At the Keystone, Jake Cronenworth, Eric Hosmer, welcome back at first. Caratini putting down the signs for Joe Musgrove. We got Musgrove and Caratini, the battery for the Padres this afternoon.
2 down here in the first inning, and it brings up Charlie Blackmon. So good to see Fernando back, as he is in the shift now, about equidistant between second and third base on the left side.
Did you just see what he did with his glove right there? He just kind of took it off and kind of like twirled it. Like a little leaguer. He just loves playing the game. He has fun playing the game. He was waiting for the hitter Charlie Blackmon to get in the box. He just took off his glove, was flipping it around.
You know, I bet it was a tough stretch for both him and for Hosmer and Myers still.
Sure.
To be out and not playing games right now has got to be really strange to watch your team play.
They want to play every day. I always say the off days are the scheduled off days on the calendar when there's no game. That kid and that kid, they want to play every day.
Two down here in the first inning, and Charlie Blackmon with the shift employed here by the Padres on the right side. And he twists out of the way of a fastball in. And Blackmon not off to a Charlie Blackmon type start. Just 2 home runs, 21 runs driven in, a .242 average. Always does well against the Padres, that's for sure. Tap foul over by the Padres dugout. It is time for the Kia player profile. And we profile Charlie Blackmon. Highest batting average since the beginning of 2016. Blackmon third in that category. He and DJ LeMahieu. And of course, those two both winning batting titles in a Rockies uniform. Jose Altuve on top of that list, tied with LeMahieu. 2-2. And that's away. Full count now to Blackmon. Musgrove coming in at 3 and 4 individually. Good ERA of 2.86 for Joe. And start number 9 in a Padres uniform for Musgrove. Swing and a miss, and a good start for Joe Musgrove. 2 strikeouts in the first. 1, 2, 3 go the Rocks. Padres coming up. Scoreless as we head to the bottom of the first inning, as the San Diego Padres come up on a beautiful day for baseball in San Diego. And the Padres lineup is brought to you by Mazzi Heating, Air, and Solar. Trent Grisham leads it off. He's in center field with Manny Machado at third base. Jake Cronenworth at second base. Fernando Tatis Jr. back in the lineup and batting cleanup. He's at shortstop with Eric Hosmer at first. Jurickson Profar's in left. Brian O'Grady in right. Victor Caratini does the catching, and Joe Musgrove batting out of the 9 spot for the Padres. On the mound today for the Colorado Rockies is Chichi Gonzalez.
29-year-old right-hander making his 7th start. Throws an assortment of pitches. 4-seamer, slider, changeup, cutter, curveball, 2-seamer. Pretty much just the 4-seamer and slider. He'll mix in that changeup every once in a while. Opponent's hitting .285. This kid was a non-roster invitee this year in the spring training. Finds himself in the rotation, making his 7th start.
So here come the Padres in the bottom of the first inning. Trent Grisham to lead it off. Gonzalez misses with ball 1 to Grisham. 292, 5 homers and 13 runs batted in for Grisham. It was his 34th game of the year. Padres as a team playing their 44th of 2021. And of course, Grisham began the year on the IL. So Tatis back in the lineup for the Padres. He had been leading off at times, batting second at times, and today he bats in the cleanup spot for the Padres.
Well, with the trio that we talked about yesterday, Grisham, Machado, Cronenworth, I mean, Donnie, 1 through 5. You know what? The heck with it. 1 through 8 with this Padre team, right?
It's amazing.
They can do some damage.
The lineup looks a lot longer today, that's for sure.
And, you know, that's another point I wanted to make, is that when you talk about that streak, 7-1 the last 8 games, it's not just 2 or 3 players. It's up and down the lineup, because I was looking back in my scorecards and, you know, hits at the bottom of the lineup. Hits in the middle of the lineup, hits towards the top. It's spread out during that span. Everybody's contributing.
And they put the shift on here on the right side. Fuentes, third baseman, going to the right side, as Grisham will take that downstairs. And a full count now.
The feeling you want to give the opposing pitcher / team is that offensively, when you walk in the batter's box, it's like, oh, just when I thought maybe I've got some breathing room, not the case.
That's strike 3. Grisham takes it and heads to the dugout as Gonzalez strikes him out to begin the bottom of the first inning.
This is a really good pitch. He wants it away, but it leaks in, and a nice job of sticking that one is Nunez, and here it is at 92. That is a legitimate strike for Gonzalez.
So 1 out for Manny Machado. 231, 6 homers, and 28 runs batted in for Manny in his 43rd game of the year. Takes a look at strike 1 from Gonzalez. And he'll take it down and in. Center fielder Garrett Hampson over towards right center. Gap out there in left center field. And that'll miss into Manny.
Double sweep sounds nice as we take a look at the defense, doesn't it, Donnie? Cardinals,
Sure does.
Rockies.
Great way to start the homestand.
Wow. Yeah.
Taking advantage of these games here at Petco Park in mid-May. 2-2. Off balance cut right there to slider.
That's the secondary pitch for Gonzalez. He'll throw it about 23% of the time, about 86 on that velocity. The fastball is not that overpowering, about 92, 93 from the right-hander.
That's strike 3. Kind of froze Machado right there. Looked like he was looking for something else. Back-to-back strikeout starts the day for Chichi Gonzalez. 2 down.
Nice, easy delivery, just hitting his spots at 92.
2 down here in the first inning brings up Jake Cronenworth. 306 with 3 homers and 11 runs batted in for Cronenworth. Hampson over towards left center. Gap out in right center field for Cronenworth. They stack it up in the infield on the right side and leave Fuentes, third baseman, on the left side. On deck is Fernando Tatis Jr. I would imagine it's going to take a little bit of time at the plate to get his timing back.
Sure, absolutely.
No rehab assignment or anything like that. This one is out towards left field. Tappy is over to make the catch. Bill of the cap high to end the inning. 1-2-3, bottom of the first. We are scoreless after 1.
Welcome back. No score yet between the Padres and the Rockies. Joe Musgrove going out for his second inning of work. He looked outstanding in the first inning. A couple of strikeouts coming on breaking balls. And 42% of his off-speed pitches are chased. That's one of the highest ratios in the league. But why is that? Well, first of all, the breaking stuff is nasty, but also because of this. 60% of the time, his first pitch to batters is something hard. It's either his fastball or his cut fastball. He uses it to get ahead. Then he can go to the off-speed for a strike, and then for the off-speed out of the zone. Yeah, it's great to talk about the off-speed pitch and how he finishes guys off, but let's not forget, guys, the importance of fastball, strike 1, and there's another example of it. That's the 4th time so far today that he's thrown either four-seamer or cutter for strike 1 to get ahead. You've got to use that fastball, and you get more swings and misses on the off-speed. Blake Snell found that out last night. What did he do? Worked aggressively with a fastball, got more swings and misses on the off-speed. Don and Bud, back up to you.
Scan, I'm curious. You think, you look at the approach that we saw last night for Snell. I'm wondering how much of it was what the Rockies hitters doing and how to get them out, maybe with more fastballs, or you think that's just the way it should be across the board?
I think it's a combination, Don. It's a great question. How much is by design? But I really think if we go back and look at Blake Snell's previous outing in Colorado against the Rockies, we saw a shift in that outing where the first 2 innings he was using a lot of off-speed stuff, falling behind in the count, and it was almost as though Blake just got frustrated with himself, and he came out in those 3rd and 4th innings firing heaters, going after guys, staying aggressive. and I think he saw the results of that, and he took that into the game that we saw yesterday. It was a completely different Blake Snell that we'd seen in the previous outings, wasn't it, guys?
That certainly seemed to work well.
Oh, it was fun to watch. He was large and in charge.
C.J. Cron leading it off here and down in the count 1-2. Musgrove had 2 strikeouts in the first inning.
I'll tell you what, Joe Musgrove is really spinning that breaking ball today. I mean, it's biting like a mule. You ever got bitten by a mule?
I have not, no.
Hurts.
That's going to miss, and it's 2-2. I answer that realizing you probably don't have a mule handy to bite me. It used to be back in the day, my first couple of years, whenever you asked me about a foul tip, you always had a ball.
Right.
But I don't know that you have a mule.
Well, the reason why I say that is because as a kid, like, you know, we've gone to petting farms and stuff like that, you know, growing up. And you find out very quickly, if you're not told, how to feed a horse or a mule a carrot. It's with an open hand. You don't.
Did you get munched on?
Well, yeah, because you hold the carrot and try to feed it, and then they nibble on your fingers rather than the open palm. Because then they could take it right off your open palm and there's no fingers being bitten. Hence the phrase, bite like a mule. Hurts.
Well, I've never had that happen, fortunately.
And it's hard, and that's the breaking ball for Joe Musgrove this afternoon. It's biting hard. Spinning it.
Payoff pitch here to Cron. And he fouls it back to the screen. Well, Padres pitchers K9, your K9 wins. If the Padres strike out 9 or more batters in a game, all Padres fans can visit participating Petco locations the next day and receive free dog or cat treats with Pals rewards. Visit petco.com/PadreK9 for more details. Pitch number 9 of this at bat coming up for C.J. Cron. Popped up foul off to the right, and this will get into double figures in pitches as Cron works hard here against Musgrove, leading it off in the second inning for the Rocks. That's strike 3. Cron gets the bad news. He threw the bat, was headed down to first base. Trip Gibson rings him up. That's strikeout number 3 for Joe Musgrove.
That's a legitimate strike. Inside part of the plate. He set up away. Yeah. Just didn't get that release point out there far enough to really nail it on that outside corner. A nice job by Caratini framing it on the inside corner.
1 out in the second inning for Ryan McMahon. McMahon has played at third base, second base. He's moved around quite a bit in this series and gets the start at second base today for Colorado in the finale.
You know that last pitch for the strikeout we saw, Donnie? It wasn't by design. He wanted it down and away, but it doesn't mean it's a bad pitch, obviously, because it's a strikeout. I really like righty on righty pitcher and hitter, righty on righty. That slider you start in off the plate because they give up on it.
Remember to enter the Saquon Scouting Report sweepstakes. Follow at Bally Sports SD on Twitter and reply to today's Saquon Scouting Report with more or less using the hashtag Saquon Scout. Visit BallySports.com for full rules and details. Today, the Padres allow 3.2 runs per game this season, lowest rate in baseball. If you think they're going to allow more or less, tweet your choice. Swing and a miss for McMahon.
There's that nasty slider.
Swing and a miss, and Musgrove got it going on today. 3 straight strikeouts. He's got 4 to the first 5 hitters he's faced on the day.
He's got the espresso slider working. Great tilt, good depth. Beautiful.
2 down, 5 in a row, retired by Musgrove to start his day. And here is Josh Fuentes. Fuentes starting at third base, sitting at 260 to start the day. 4 homers and 24 runs driven in.
Wow.
Remember, Fuentes homering in both games of the doubleheader against the Padres. It was played in Denver. He grounds one towards third. Machado comes in on the run in time. Musgrove, a 1-2-3 second inning. Inning and a half done. We come back. Fernando Tatis Jr. will lead it off. Fernando Tatis Jr. makes his way to the plate in his return today. Tatis with 9 home runs to lead the club, even though he has been gone as long as he has, as he'll take strike 1. It is Tatis, then Hosmer, and Profar. The bat here in the bottom of the second inning for San Diego. Grounds it foul. Remember, when the Padres hit a home run today, you get a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow with a purchase of a large drink. Padres went in order in the first. Back-to-back strikeouts for Gonzalez started the inning. Then he got a fly out to left. 14-pitch first inning for the Rockies starter today. Bounce in for ball 1.
I think you mentioned earlier, Don, about Fernando Tatis Jr. coming back as Eric Hosmer waits on deck. You know, maybe getting the timing back. Let's see if he concentrates on using the center of the diamond, kind of waiting a little bit more, using the opposite field.
On the ground up the middle into center field. He's got a base hit in his first AB back. Starts the second with that single to center.
I would say that's using the center of the diamond. Gonzalez with the fastball in. He fights it off. Get out of my kitchen. And he rifles it right back up the center of the diamond for a big league knock. Welcome back, Junior. Who doesn't love a ground ball to the center fielder? Oh, a little shimmy, Cocoa Pop. Wayne Kirby, how you doing?
Lead runner on for the Friars here in the second inning. And here is Eric Hosmer. Quick check on Tatis right away. It's off the plate for ball 1. Hosmer hitting at 305 as he returns to the lineup today for the Padres.
Another guy who can hurt you opposite field.
A little bit low. 2-0.
A little bit.
Fernando Tatis Jr. leads it off in the second with a single to center. Held on at first base by Crone. 2-0 to Eric Hosmer. That's in there for a strike. Just picks up strike zone apparently at the knees. A low strike call there by Trip Gibson as played today for the umpires. Padres winning last night in extra innings in the 10th. Another check on Tatis, able to cross over. That time to get back to the bag. Seven out of 8 for Fernando. One of the running Padres this year. Ground ball sent foul. Time for the Home Depot getting more done. Highest win percentage so far in May. Padres are tied with the New York Mets, both 11-5 so far in May. And a lot of that done with a lot of the Padres starting lineup missing.
Yeah, very refreshing and fun to watch. And it's interesting as I look at the standings this morning, 3 teams in Major League Baseball with 26 victories. Oakland, San Francisco, and the Padres.
This is DeHosmer and a full count now. On deck is Jurickson Profar. Turned just 2 days ago, along with Jorge Mateo. There goes Tatis at first. Hosmer grounds one wide of first and foul. Now a quick word from Saquon Casino.
Padres fans, surround yourself with everything you love about your team in the new exclusive Padres Hotel Suite. Visit Saquon.com to book your stay.
Lead runner on here for the Padres in the second inning. Eric Hosmer in a battle with a count of 3-2. Chichi Gonzalez about to throw his 25th pitch of the day.
Yeah, trying to go for the strikeout, but the other option is probably trying to get that grounder, and that's why Tatis going try to stay out of that double play if in fact a grounder is hit on the infield.
Tatis is off. Hosmer fouls it off. Second time that Fernando has gotten a start.
He's getting a workout.
Hosmer fouling off both times. 8th pitch of the plate appearance coming up. Yeah, I'm curious about what you're able to do when you are on the COVID IL. I mean, are you able to come to the park and hit?
Good question.
Tunnel? I mean, I don't know any of those things.
I don't either.
Or you have to totally be away from the club, which is probably my guess.
Seems the logical thing,
Yeah,
right?
I would think.
Yeah.
3-2 pitch. Off again. Tatis. Hosmer strikes out. Throw down there. And a stolen base. Keep the foot in the bag. And he did into a split. Steal second. Then go into a split.
This is unbelievable. Flash look. There he goes. The strikeout now. It's like the floor exercises in the Olympics. He finishes off his routine with the splits. And the crowd loves it. Just watching that, I pulled the hamstring. Trainer!
One out, and Tatis in scoring position as Jurickson Profar bats for the first time today. Big secondary lead out there by Tatis.
Chalk up another stolen base, as you mentioned, Donnie. The running Friars. That's number 44. They are first.
Still lead the world, right?
Yep. In Major League Baseball. Yeah, lead the world. Why not?
I'm talking globally.
Yeah.
Tatis at second, one out. And a 1-0 to Profar. That'll bounce in, 2-0. Chichi Gonzalez, you may remember, made 12 starts for the Rockies in 2019. The 2 years prior to that, he did not appear in the majors. He was in the minor leagues. Missed all of 17 with Tommy John surgery. Down low, 3-0. Made his major league debut as a member of the Texas Rangers in May of 2015. Brian O'Grady waits on deck, 1 out, runner at second here in the Padres' second inning. There's a strike, 3-1. Center fielder Garrett Hampson over towards right center field, and lots of green grass in left center. Strike 2. So far had the look of a guy who's headed to first base. Strike 2 in there, says Trip Gibson. Right side, and McMahon. Out number 2 is Tatis, will take third base.
Now, Brian O'Grady stepping up to the plate, but how about last night with the free runner in the 10th inning on second base? He eyes this. He knows exactly what he needs to do. Lay down that bunt to get that runner over to third. First of all, great technique, good bat control. You see the third baseman there. He just puts that ball perfectly. He saw that the third baseman was there, draw him in because there was nobody covering third base. The shortstop was over towards second base. Perfectly executed, and what do you know? Next thing you know, the ball back to the screen. Everybody goes home happy. So great bat control, great sacrifice bunt by Brian O'Grady last night in the 10th.
2 down, Tatis at third. And O'Grady hits one on the ground hard to first, but Crone's got it. He'll take it to the bag, and the Padres will leave Tatis at third base. Through 2, without a score from San Diego. Playing day baseball from San Diego, the Padres and the Rockies. Time now for our Valley View Casino trivia question. And the question today, prior to Blake Snell, the last Padres pitcher to have 6 or more consecutive strikeouts in a game was A. Andrew Kashner, B. Dinelson Lamet, C. Tyson Ross, or D. Brad Hand. To enter our Valley View Trivia Sweepstakes, tweet your answer to Valley View Trivia question to @Bally Sports SD. Include the hashtag Valley View Trivia. A winner will be announced in next Saturday's postgame show. Visit ballysports.com for full rules and details. That's a tough one.
Yeah, because every one of those pitchers is obviously capable of doing just that.
I'm going to say Lamet.
All right.
That's just a guess.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going Brad Hand.
Okay.
Just because I can.
Garrett Hampson trying to bunt his way on and fouls it off at the dish. I was tempted to go with Andrew Kashner.
Good choice.
But I didn't.
I wasn't going to choose.
You're going to pass?
Yeah, because if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice.
Have you really?
Yes.
Okay. 0-2 pitch.
Gary Lee says so.
Rush 1-0.
Good call, Donnie.
I see him all the time.
Toronto Blue Jay games.
He
Yeah,
sits
right behind home plate.
He's a season ticket holder of the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Not really a fan.
Really?
No, I'm not. I never really got into Rush.
Oh.
0-2. It's going to miss. 1-2.
He got squeezed on that one. That was right at the knees at 87.
And that's a pitch that has been called a strike in this game by Gibson.
Yeah.
That's strike 3. 5 strikeouts for Joe Musgrove.
He struck him out twice. Okay, I didn't get the call. I'm not going to let it affect me. I'll go to the other side of the plate there with the fastball. Just on the outside corner. A little bit.
1 out here in the 3rd inning. And Dom Nunez coming up. He's had a tough time defensively in what we have seen. And last night, you take a look at that play that ended the game, and I thought that was kind of a catchable ball from Bart. It wasn't that wild.
Yeah, I think so too. It was a breaking ball, high slider that got away from Bard. Now, granted, Bard throws very hard, even though it's a breaking ball.
It's part of the problem.
And you're anticipating, you're set up in a certain area, you're anticipating that, and not that Bard has pinpoint control.
No.
But still, you're concentrating on that certain area. And then, bang, it's like up to your right, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Got to get there.
Yeah.
And it did get some of the glove.
Yeah.
On the way back to the backstop, but Mateo possessing the speed that he has. No problem in getting in.
That was exciting.
Yes, it was.
Walk-off wild pitch.
I love watching Mateo run.
So do I.
Great speed.
Yep.
It was his second walk-off run scoring play. The first one he was racing around the bases.
Yeah.
This one just had to come from third, but look at it. Getting a glove on it was Nunez. And the Padres walked it off in 10.
Love it.
The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Musgrove has 6 strikeouts to the first 8 hitters of this game.
Darvish the first night 10. Snell, his goes to 11. Joe Musgrove, he is really spinning it this afternoon, as Don just mentioned, half a dozen in 2 2/3 innings of work.
Two-way in the 3rd, and Chichi Gonzalez, the pitcher, takes ball 1. And so the first 8 hitters, 6 down by way of the K. Trevor Story fly to right. Josh Fuentes grounded out to 3rd. And Musgrove has retired the first 8. Now a fly ball to center field sends Grisham back. Way back to the track, and that ball is going to one-hop the wall. Grisham plays the carom into second base, goes Chichi Gonzalez with a ball that surprised everybody, especially the outfielders. Grisham was playing very shallow. It gets over his head and one hops the wall out there at deep right center, back by the 396 marker.
I think it surprised the announcers as well.
Yeah.
I certainly was. It's like a high cut fastball, not much movement, but he gets on top of it. Now Grisham, playing shallow as you mentioned, long way to go, realizes I can't get to that one. The ball traveled well. Squared it up.
2 down here in the 3rd inning, and Gonzalez has the first hit of the day for the Rockies. It's an extra base hit. And the top of the order, Raimel Tapia. And the big open stance that he closes up right when the pitcher's about ready to deal. So here with runners in scoring position, hitting over 300 is Tapia. Includes a double, home run, and 19 runs batted in. He's put together a very nice season so far. Came off the bench in last night's game, but back in the starting lineup today. He went, I believe. They check in. Yes, he did. Black not happy with that call. Yelling out at Hunter Windelstead, but
oh, he most definitely went.
I think Bud's a little frustrated with the way things are going.
Hey, that's baseball.
0-2 pitch. And a bloop that has Tatis backpedaling to shallow left center field to reel it in. 2.5 done without a score.
Action taking place to activate Fernando Tatis Jr. and Eric Hosmer. John Andreoli was returned down to the AAA El Paso team, as was Tucapita Marcano, also optioned down. Both players doing a nice job while they were here, helping to bridge the gap until Tatis and Hosmer were able to return from the COVID IL. But we have other news as well, guys, just breaking. We knew that Keona Kela had been on the IL with some forearm discomfort, and we had also been told by the Padres that he had gone to Dallas for a second opinion on how his elbow was looking. Well, apparently that second opinion did not go well. We have confirmation that he did have Tommy John surgery this morning in Dallas with Dr. Keith Meister. Keona Kela will be lost for the season. Certainly disappointing, guys. He was an important part of this bullpen, but the Padres are going to have to find other ways to make up for missing Keona in the bullpen. They've done an outstanding job, but some other guys are going to have to step it out. Now, Don, Mud, back up to you.
All right, Scan, thanks very much. Yeah, certainly a blow to the Padres' original plan, which certainly we're very excited about in spring training. Get 3 or 4 guys down there in the pen who have closing experience, and certainly Kela had that. And as it turns out, we knew that he was injured. Not sure what was going to be the result, and that news breaking today that indeed he did have Tommy John surgery, and the Padres will be without Kela's services for the rest of the year. So that is a tough blow to the Padres.
It is. I've been a firm believer all along, though, if something like that is got to be done, you get it done. You go under the knife and you do your rehab, which I'm sure he will do quite nicely. Had a bone spur back in 2016, so has had some issues with that, but we wish him well. But it goes to show you the depth of this bullpen, the way that this bullpen has been pitching lately. Oh, my goodness gracious. And the numbers prove it. First in the world, as you mentioned, globally for this Padres bullpen. So they can pick each other up when needed.
Victor Caratini leading it off here for the Padres in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Pitch 35 coming up for Chichi Gonzalez. And that's in there for a strike. .247, 3 homers, 19 runs batted in for Caratini. He's got a 5-game hitting streak. This is up the middle. And he is safe at first base. Throw pulled, Crone off the bag. And Caratini will reach. Going to be a base hit. Trevor Story was on the other side of the infield, and his throw here pulls the first baseman off. The Rockies are challenging this, so we'll see if he kept the foot in the bag.
Nice play by Story. That ball going towards the home plate side, foot on the bag. But I think he's out.
Ooh. Yeah.
You got out, Donnie?
I got out.
Yeah.
But you know what? We were pretty sure of ourselves last night, and it turned out to be wrong.
True.
So it wouldn't be the first time that we were wrong.
Well, it looks like Crone, I mean, the ball definitely, even there, it looks like he is dragging that foot on the bag still.
We got a quick answer, and he is out. So 6-3 on the put out. Call is overturned.
Hey, great play all the way around. I mean, Story getting into that ball and then making that throw on the run. Nice stretch by Crone.
Brings up Joe Musgrove. 1 for 13 so far at the plate this year for Joe Musgrove, who's 77 in his career. Center fielder Garrett Hampson over towards right center. Gap out there in left center. Popped up, shallow right. Out goes McMahon, in comes Blackman. It's McMahon who makes the catch with his back to the plate for out number 2. I want to remind you to download the MLB app to get in-game video highlights, live pitch-by-pitch, breaking news, analysis from Mark Grant, player updates, stat leaderboards, and more for your Padres. So 2 down here in the 3rd inning brings up Trent Grisham. I added that. I wasn't supposed to.
I was going to say that wasn't in the copy.
Yeah, I was told very sternly from our producer, Jason Lewis, that there's no ad-libbing when reading the promos.
Just read the card.
I just thought I'd add you. You know, you can get your analysis if you have the app. It's good stuff.
It is really good stuff.
Yeah. So 2 down here in the 3rd, and here is Grisham. I don't know what I would do.
I'm on it all the
personally,
time.
without your analysis.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the app.
No, I love the app, but I like your analysis even better.
Well, thank you, Donald.
There's so many times during the day when things will happen. I'm watching other games on the app,
right?
And I want to get your take, and you're just not there. You know, when we're apart. So, like, is it cool if I text you?
Anytime.
What do you think of this?
I'm here for you.
Okay. So I can get your analysis.
By the way, is your given name at birth Donald or just?
It is.
It is.
Yep. I wanted it so badly to be my grandfather's Donatangelo, and they didn't do it for some reason. Strike 3 call, and Grisham is struck out for the 2nd time today. We're through 3 without a score from San Diego. Plays presented by Arco.
Donnie, you like appetizers?
I do.
Well, sliders are on the menu because 5 of the first strikeouts for Joe Musgrove this afternoon via the slider. Sir, what are you hungry for? How about some sliders? Okay. Swing and miss on those. He is really spinning it. The release point is out in front. Great rotation, great location for Joe Musgrove. Once again, 6 strikeouts, 5 via the slider. Hungry for more? Huh. I think you are. Maybe more is on the menu. Stay tuned.
Trevor Story to lead it off here in the 4th inning. Story, Blackman, and Crone featured in the 4th for the Rocks. Musgrove with 6 strikeouts through the first 3 innings. Sliders have been the appetizer.
Yes.
So you said?
Yeah. He's mixing some curveballs recently, too. Last inning, there's a curveball there. I think the main course this afternoon will be a solid 7 for Joe.
Entree?
And then the entree, you're right. And then the dessert will be the W next to his name.
Well, this is coming into today, so tack on 5 more.
So that would be 30.
Use your feet too. Okay.
30. See me taking off my shoes.
1-2 pitch coming up. If you could see the pained look on your face while you were thinking.
I broke into a sweat. Just because he bounced that last one we just saw, it doesn't mean he won't throw it again.
Ninth start of the year for Joe Musgrove. Charlie Blackman waits on deck for the Rockies as they bat here in the 4th inning without a score. Another pitcher's duel. Very unusual for these two teams. Swing and a miss, and Story strikes out. 7 strikeouts for Joe Musgrove.
And what do you know? Another slider. Way off the plate. Just goes to show you. Bob Scanlon has been talking about it quite a bit. Out of the hand, it's a hard slider, so out of the hand, it looks like, especially with 2 strikes, it's going to be a strike. You have to commit. It's very hard to change your mind in the middle when you commit and see that pitch. Before you know it, it's out of the zone, and you're going back to the dugout.
Strike 1 to Charlie Blackmon, who struck out in the first inning. He went swinging.
That's the 7th strikeout of the series for Trevor Story.
Into the shift on the right side, it is Cronenworth who throws out Blackmon for out number 2 of the 4th inning. C.J. Cron coming up here. Joe Musgrove is feeling it today, no doubt about it. 3 2/3 deep into his outing, has 7 strikeouts, and he struck out Cron in the 2nd inning. He went looking. I have 5 swinging, 2 looking. Is that what you have of the 7 strikeouts? Do you keep that?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I certainly do.
Awesome. We're on the same page.
Yes, we are.
High strike call right there. 1-1 on the changeup. Didn't get the call there. Should have.
You mentioned a little bit ago, not a lot of pitches at the knees being called this afternoon by Tripp Gibson, the home plate umpire. This is where you want to live as a pitcher. Here's the cutter. Split the bottom. I guess that doesn't count.
2-2.
He's mixing it up nicely this afternoon. That's the curveball from Joe Musgrove.
Swing and a miss. Make it 8 strikeouts for Joe Musgrove. C.J. Cron. Oh, down by way of the K. It's Padres baseball, brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers and by Circa Resort and Casino. Last half of the 4th inning. No score as the Padres come to bat on a beautiful day in San Diego. But a few clouds around, not many now, as the Padres and Rockies finish up their 3-game series today. Padres trying to make it a sweep, as Manny Machado leads it off here for the Friars in the bottom of the 4th inning. Strike 1. Machado struck out looking in the 1st inning. Total of 4 strikeouts so far for Chichi Gonzalez through the first 3. Big cut from Machado, and he staggers over to the other batter's box, down 1-2. Machado now, Cronenworth next, and then Tatis, as the Padres feature 2, 3, and 4 here in the last half of the 4th inning. Lined and caught at third base by Fuentes. Had to secure that. It was rattling around a little bit in the glove, but he does reel it in. A hot shot right at him.
We talked about it yesterday. Manny Machado, one of the tops in baseball as far as squaring pitches up off the barrel. I'll tell you what, this one.
Wow.
Yeah. It got there in a hurry. That ball was hooking. Hit so hard. A nice play by Fuentes. It was an atta-ball right at him.
Jay Cronenworth flying out to left field first time up as they shift on him on the right side, and he grounds one foul just beyond the Padres dugout. Let's take a look at StatCast, powered by Google Cloud.
Jay Cronenworth swinging the bat extremely well in the month of May. How well? 23 hits, singles, doubles, a home run, and the average of 377. And look at that spray chart. Yeah, he's using the whole field. Hitting it where it is pitched. I say it all the time. Got great command of the strike zone. Knows when to swing it. Knows when to kind of poke it the other way. Outfield right now, shallow and left, playing him to go the other way. Pull on the infield.
Exit velocity on that Machado line drive is 109 miles per hour.
Wow.
It was fielded at third base by Fuentes.
That's barreled up.
On the ground to first base. Cron on the backhand. 2 down. Well, we saw something remarkable earlier, and it's worthy of a Carl's Cam replay. Put the split at second base by Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yeah, that was a strikeout here to Hosmer, and he just, it doesn't even faze him. He wants to stay on the bag, so he just does the splits. Oh, yeah, I can do that.
I would like to see you try to do
No, not going to happen.
Like, even come close. Like, even if you went, like, halfway, what that would look like.
I'm just thinking about it. I'm hurting.
Opposite field. Nando. Home run! Welcome back, Fernando Tatis Jr. Padres take a 1-0 lead.
He's a showstopper. He can do the splits. He can hit with power. He can field. He can throw. First pitch offering, outer half, and he takes it that way. That's a no-doubter.
Two for two in his return. Single to center in the second, home run to right center.
I think his timing's a little off.
How about my analysis right out of the gate today?
Hey,
I said, hey, he's been gone so long. I wonder what his timing's going to be like.
Yeah, he's going to struggle.
I was all over that.
I was thinking right there with you, though. Take a little time, maybe.
Two balls and a strike to Eric Hosmer. He struck out swinging in the second inning. Well, Fernando connecting on his 10th home run of the year. He leads the club in that category. And puts the Padres on top 1-0 in the fourth inning. Two. Popped up into shallow left. Tapia running on a slant will make the catch towards the line that ends the fourth inning, but not before Fernando Tatis Jr. lets his presence be felt. He's back in the lineup doing stuff like this. It's 1-0 Padres. run by Fernando Tatis Jr., the Padres have the lead as we head to inning number 5. And Fernando with his 10th home run of the year. Getting it off for the Rockies, Ryan McMahon here in the 5th. Joe Musgrove with a 1-run lead with which to work.
Well, up to this point, first pitch in this inning, a nice changeup from Joe Musgrove. He's done a fine job of staying out of the heart of the plate. A lot of swings of misses, of course, with 8 strikeouts in 4 innings.
Lifts it foul down the left field line, out of play. And a strikeout victim in the second. He went swinging. Padres in a shift on the right side. It's the one where Machado is in right field. In a 2-1-1 for San Diego. That'll bounce in to Ryan McMahon. There it is.
He's the rover. You know the softball rover, right?
I do.
You can rove in the outfield.
Yeah.
That's Manny.
He's made some great plays out there over the years. The one that stands out the most, probably that play in Texas down the right field line where he made the catch in foul ground.
Went over 100 feet for that catch.
Still trying to figure out where Will was on that play. The right fielder.
He may have been shaded over towards the gap, I think.
Grounded foul. It's beyond the Padres dugout over there.
Where?
First, that's the dugout.
Oh.
Yeah. And of course, if you didn't know, Padres are housed on the first base side of Petco Park.
Really?
Yes. Right into where the Padres are housed that time. You know where the Rockies are housed?
Third base side?
Yeah. It's awesome. Fuentes on deck. McMahon batting now with a count of 1-2. Into the shift. Here comes Manny on the run and in time. I love when that works. Lined up that way and perfectly executed in that shift with Machado in right field, and that's a Honda helpful moment if I've ever seen one.
It most certainly is, and it's going to really upset and be very frustrating. We talk about it all the time for hitters. You hit a ball like that, and Manny being the rover, I'll tell you what, he is so helpful out there, especially on that play. And perfectly placed. You know, he rushes it knowing that McMahon can get down the line a little bit quickly.
One out here in the 5th for Fuentes, who takes a look at strike one. Grounded out to third base in the 2nd. And his second look at Joe Musgrove. Second time through for Musgrove. To third, and Manny on the left side of the infield this time throws him out. So Manny Machado doing it all in a lot of different places.
Put him anywhere. This is not new to anyone watching baseball for a long time, especially when Manny Machado's been in the big leagues for a long time. He positions himself perfectly. See how he kind of rounded to be in front of that one so he can catch it in front of him rather than with the backhand? And then, of course, ever so accurate with the throw across the diamond.
2 down, 6 in a row. Retired here by Joe Musgrove. A little help from his friends. Garrett Hampson cranks it foul to the backstop. Two for 9 in the series. Seen time in center field and at second base. led off here the other night, and today bats out of the 7th spot and the center fielder for Bud Black today. Curveball kind of slipped that time for Musgrove, who falls behind 2-1. It's 67 pitches on the day. 47 of the 67 have been thrown for strikes, and he's racked up 8 Ks already today through 4 2/3. Two-one pitch, and it's grounded foul over by the Rockies dugout third base way.
Really good curveball that last time there. 82.
All of his stuff has been working today.
Yep. I just the depth on that slider and curveball are just amazing today. Really haven't seen that in the last handful of starts, maybe.
Strike 3 call, make it 9 Ks for Musgrove. Halfway through, Padres have a 1-0 lead. Beautiful day in San Diego. It's time now to answer our Valley View Casino trivia question. Prior to Blake Snell, the last Padres pitcher to have 6 or more consecutive strikeouts in a game was Andrew Kastner. 6 straight strikeouts. April 29th of 2015. That was against the Astros. I'm off the hook. I was not here then. You, on the other hand, were here. And you don't remember it.
It was awesome. He had the breaking ball working. He would sneak the fastball by him when they were looking slider. Hence 6 in a row for cash. He was money.
Turks and Profar grounded out to second base in the second inning. 3 for 9 now in the series. He returned for game 1 off the COVID protocol list. Followed by Brian O'Grady and Victor Caratini here as part of the 5th inning for San Diego. Back to where it came from, and Gonzalez flips to first for out number 1.
Very much under control for Gonzalez, don't you think?
Yes.
His delivery, he's not overpowering. He's not a violent delivery. Has a pretty good idea what he's doing. Trying to just mix it up. He doesn't blow the ball by the hitters, so he's got to set up each individual pitch a certain way to possibly get them guessing or out in front to avoid the sweet spot.
1 down in the 5th for Brian O'Grady. Rounded out to the first baseman, C.J. Cron, in the second inning. Rockies are shifting on the right side as this will straighten him up. Pitch in, changeup. Story, McMahon, and Cron making up the wall on the right side for the Rocks. This will be pitch 60 on the day for Gonzalez. Strike 2.
Hey, there's a low strike that's been called that we didn't see a lot of so far up to this point.
Now third baseman Fuentes with the 2 strikes goes over to the right side, and this one is fouled off to the left out of play.
I thought it was really cool the other day. I remember it was Brian's birthday. And saw it, I think, on Twitter.
Yeah.
Where the fans were singing happy birthday to him.
I saw that.
Very cool, wasn't it?
Very cool.
Yeah. He appreciated that very much.
They're in unison out there. Swing and a miss, and Gets away briefly from Nunez, so he's got to throw him out, and he does. That is strikeout number 5 for Gonzalez. Out number 2 of the 5th inning.
Not a lot of strikeouts, but he's getting some now. That's the 5th one on the breaking ball. He's got to protect with 2 strikes. Ball in the dirt. Completes the 2-3 putout.
2 down in the 5th for Victor Caratini. Rounded out to shortstop in the 3rd inning. Initially was called safe. The call was challenged and overturned by the Rockies. Kind of surrounded the plate, but not a strike. 2-0. Did you see that?
I did, but it didn't do what you described.
What?
No, not even close.
It went right around the plate. It
close.
Surrounded the plate.
Don't think so.
Been consistent in that regard.
Hey, you know who Gonzalez kind of reminds me of? And I think you're going to agree with me here. Bob Tewksbury.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good comparison.
Right? Kind of the deliberate delivery, very under control, not a hard thrower, just trying to hit his spots, trying to fool him a little bit.
I love Tukes.
Awesome. Former Friar.
Former partner for me. Big games with Tukes. This is going to miss. Down to first base goes Caratini. That is ball 4 and the first walk of the day for either starting pitcher. Chichi Gonzalez, a 2-out walk to Caratini.
Bob Tewksbury.
Yes.
He hit that big Ephus curveball that he'd throw too. It's fun to watch. Soft tossing right-handers. You don't see a lot of them, right? Usually the crafty lefties.
I didn't do many games with him. I want to say 4 or 5 probably over the years. But I really enjoyed his analysis. He could really break down pitching.
Really?
He did it in a way that made me understand what it is a major league pitcher goes through, or what a major league pitcher is thinking, because he pitched in the majors. The 1 pitch coming up. To shallow right center, falling fast, but coming in to make the grab is Garrett Hampson into the slide. Robs Musgrove a base hit and ends the 5th inning. Nice play by Garrett Hampson. It's 1-0 Padres. Nice catch. Here's home run as we head to the 6th inning. What is it about Fernando Tatis Jr. coming off the IL and homering when he does? It's time now for our Land Rover above and beyond play. And, did it against Walker Buehler after he injured his shoulder and came off the IL April 16th. He was back with a home run. Comes off the IL today. Home run off Gonzalez. This one opposite field, right center.
He's just a special talent. So talented. We see him each and every day. And he's fun to watch. You never know what he's going to do. Both sides of the baseball, that's for sure. Hasn't lost a thing when he's on the IL.
Joe Musgrove was the last out as he flies out to right center, so given a little extra time to warm up here in between innings. Gets ready for inning number 6 of his outing. He's retired 7 in a row. He's got 9 strikeouts today. He's got his good stuff going, Mud.
He is in a groove, and the one thing also about Joe Musgrove is that repeating his delivery on his pitches, release point is out there. And once again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's a tune that is music to my ears. He's spinning the baseball so well, getting that release point out there and letting it work. Down in the zone to where he can't get hurt. Hopefully that continues, because we got ourselves a pitcher's duel, 1-0, top of the 6th. Donnie?
I think I want you to explain this because I'm interested about it. As Dom Nunez about to stand in here to start things in the 6th inning, I'd like you to demonstrate what you mean by getting out there and spinning it, because I've heard you say it before. I mean, is that extending your arm further out?
Out in front, yes. And you find that release point to where you can bounce that breaking ball down by the back foot. That's a nice cutter right there. You know, sometimes when you talk about mechanics, there's a lot that has to stay in order for your release point to get out there. You know, we talk about the front shoulder flying open.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when their front shoulder flies open, your release point can't get out in front. So therefore, you leave a lot of pitches up. If you stay tucked and you go through the home plate like Joe Musgrove is doing, you get that release point out in front here to where bam, curveball, slider, cutter. He's just got it working today.
It's all working.
And you know, when you talk about, Donnie, infielders working from the ground up, it's basically the kind of same thing for a pitcher too. It all starts with your legs. Got to be in sync with your upper body. When you part your hands over the rubber, when you start to drive forward, all that in sync gets you to that release point, and hence the good pitches, which Joe is doing this afternoon.
And some days you have it.
Sometimes you don't. And if you don't, when you're out there, you got to fight it and try to find it. Like that one right there. To me, it looked like the front shoulder really flew open a little bit, falling towards the first base line. And where did that breaking ball go?
Yeah.
Up and away. Watch his front side. Watch his front shoulder where the fryer is. Kind of maybe opens up a little bit too soon, and then he just doesn't get that release point out and falls off a little bit to the left side. Now the key is, can he make an adjustment this pitch? Looks like a cutter.
Nunez struck out swinging in the third inning. He's 0 for 1. Leading it off here in the visiting half of the sixth inning. Padres in that familiar shift. And with Machado in right field. Two. Full count now. On deck, Chichi Gonzalez. He's got the only hit today through the first 5 innings for the Rockies. A double in the third inning. Seemed to surprise everybody. One hop the wall out in right center field. Swing and a miss, and that is 10 strikeouts today for Joe Musgrove.
There's the slider. Down and in. Boy, just giving these Rocky hitters fits into the double digits.
One out here in the sixth. Chichi Gonzalez. Mentioned the double in the third inning. Up over the head of Trent Grisham in center. They're playing relatively on the shallow side.
Hey, Donnie, talk about the starting pitching for this series. Monday, right? Darvish, 10 punchies. Snell, yesterday, 11. Joe Musgrove now, still not done, 10.
Ground ball up the middle. Tatis ranging back a second. The good throw. Nice rangy play right there by Tatis. 2 down in the sixth inning. Well, with the Padres striking out 9 or more, your K9 wins. All Padres fans can visit participating Petco locations tomorrow.
I smell Pals rewards.
And receive free dog or cat treats with Pals rewards. Visit petco.com/PadresK9 for more details.
Woof.
Leading at the mound here as Caratini went out there in preparation of Raimel Tapia, who is coming up next for the Rockies. 9 in a row right now, retired by Joe Musgrove. Tapia 0 for 2. He struck out swinging in the first inning and then popped out to shortstop in the third. That's away, and it's 1-1. Center fielder Grisham over towards left center. Gap out in right center field for Tapia. Strike 2.
You know, it was known when Joe Musgrove became a Padre, he wanted to wear number 44 because he was watching Jake Peavy We take a look at the 5th career game for Joe. 10 strikeouts or more. I'm sure that is a slider he's throwing today that Jake Peavy himself would be very, very proud.
Well, the most strikeouts he's ever had in a game was 13. And that was earlier this year. It was against the Milwaukee Brewers, April 19th. A 13K performance, career high. He's got 10 today with 2 outs in the 6th inning. 81 pitches deep into his outing. And ahead, 1-2. On the ground to third base, Manny Machado. Low throw, but it's dug out nicely by Hosmer on the backhand. 5.5 done from San Diego. Padres have a 1-0 lead. Petco Park in San Diego. It's time now to check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. That's good coverage.
Tremendous coverage.
Not a bad seat in the house.
Right down the line there, huh?
Yes.
Jerry Rafferty, 1-0.
So it's on to the 6th, and Trent Grisham leading it off here for the Padres. This is what I generally do when I don't know the reference. I just keep going.
Jerry Rafferty, right down the line, City to City album.
70.
79-ish, maybe?
Okay, that's what I thought.
Ish, I said.
Yeah. Grisham's 0 for 2. He has struck out twice looking. Once in the 1st and then again in the 3rd, and aggressively going after that first pitch fastball. Grisham, Machado, and Cronenworth. Only 3 hits between the two clubs combined. 2 for the Padres, 1 for the Rockies. Another pitcher's duel. I don't think of pitcher's duels when I think of Padres-Rockies matchups.
No, I don't either.
They have been.
But that's what makes this game of baseball so great. You never know what kind of, and it's the discussion we have all the time. You can have 2 future Hall of Famers going at it. Next thing you know, they're out of the game in the 5th or 4th, and it's a 12-8 game, right? And then you've got guys who are just regular guys, and you're in the bottom of the 6th. It's 1-0, and there's 3 hits combined by both clubs. That's the beauty of the game.
Combined for 15 strikeouts, 10 for Musgrove, 5 so far for Gonzalez. Blemish for Gonzalez. Home run by Tatis. Swing and a miss, and for the 3rd time today, Trent Grisham has struck out. That's 6 Ks now for Chichi Gonzalez.
Here's a little spinner up and in. Once again, not overpowering, just trying to hit his spots.
One out, and it brings up Manny Machado. And he struck out looking in the 1st inning, lined out to 3rd in the 4th inning. Take strike 1. There's a line shot to the 3rd baseman Fuentes in the 4th inning. Fuentes came up with the catch, was right at him. Next pitch will be the 75th of the afternoon for Gonzalez as he works with 1 out here in the home half of the 6th inning. Two hops down to 3rd, and Fuentes throws out Machado for out number 2 of the 6th inning. Brings up Jake Cronenworth.
You know, you talked about Keone Kela having Tommy John surgery today. We wish him well, but Gonzalez is a pitcher bouncing back from that back in 2017, and he seems to be pitching quite well after that. Spent the whole year out.
Forward showed bunt, grabbed the attention of Fuentes, racing down the third baseline, pulled it back, but took the strike. Here's the shift for the Rockies. Story, McMahon, and Crone building the wall on the right side for the Rocks. Interesting that they shift on the right side, but in the outfield, they're playing for Cronenworth to go the other way. Center fielder Garrett Hampson's over towards left center. Lots of green grass in right center.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Fly ball, right field, off the bat of Cronenworth. That will be off the wall. The ricochet is nasty. It's by Blackman, and Cronenworth's going to run around. He is going to be sent around. Can he come all the way? Oh, yeah! Jake Cronenworth, wall ball to right, touches them all, and the Padres take a 2-0 lead. Run all the bases, Jake. How about the ricochet off the wall?
Here's the pitch. Boy, he gets through. Look at him get his hands in there. Okay, now it sends it on its way. Now Blackman, Charlie Blackman, he either thought it was going to be, he thought it was going to be gone probably, and because he just kind of drifted, he did not play it back for the carry. Now Jake is thinking to pull it up. No, gotta go! And then he pulls a Bo Jackson and just runs right into the tunnel and keeps going into the dugout. Out of sight. Was awesome.
Now Blackman is not running well because of the groin situation, which we saw him run around the bases last night, but it took him forever to get to that ball.
If he thought that ball was going to be gone, he would have been better off playing that one back. I mean, if it's gone, it's gone. If it's going to be off the wall, there's no way.
Tatis sends this down to the left field corner. Headed for two. Tapia will get it back in. Fernando's got his third hit of the day.
High changeup. 3 hits this afternoon for Junior. Now a triple shy of the cycle. Well, how about a little shimmy after that double? Go ahead.
Steve Foster, the pitching coach out there, talking to Gonzalez. This has happened quickly. Got the first 2 outs of the inning. Cronenworth with the inside the park home run.
I love Little League home runs. Isn't that awesome?
It's always cool.
You know, the triple is really exciting in this game of baseball, but you know, when you said Jake is still collecting his breath, when you see him running the bases and getting that go sign from Bobby Dickerson, that's what makes it exciting.
Well, action in the pen right now for the Rockies, as it is Robert Stevenson who is up, a right-hander. First action we've seen for either side today. Tatis at second, and Eric Hosmer getting his third plate appearance of the day. Popped up foul off to the left out of play. You never know what you're going to see.
Yep. That's the beauty of it.
I don't remember a ball coming off the wall like that far away. I mean, it was a long way away.
That ball was maybe 2 feet from going out as well?
Yes, very close. Previous time a Padre hit an inside the park home run, 2012. With Cabrera at Milwaukee. Do you remember that?
I do. It was awesome. Kind of hit off the wall and kind of carry him down the track. It's one of those where, you got to kept rolling and rolling.
You don't remember it. Unbelievable. Wow.
And it was in Milwaukee?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it said. Wow. You don't remember anything.
Miller Park.
0-2 has popped up. Coming from sure to be Story, who makes the catch that ends the inning. We just saw an inside the park home run for Jay Cronenworth. Almost took it out of the yard the conventional way. No, it gets by Charlie Blackmon, who's in big trouble. All the way around comes Cronenworth, the inside the park home run, 2-0 Padres.
Inside the park home run. Joe Musgrove now has a 2-run lead to protect as he goes out for the 7th inning. He's been absolutely outstanding today. We talked earlier in the broadcast about him using his fastball early in the count, and he has held true to that. As we mentioned, 60% of first pitches coming into this ball game were either fastballs or cut fastballs, and there you see it, 15 of 19 first pitches today following that same pattern. It's been very effective for him, guys. Fastball, cut fastball, 27 pitches, 22 of them for strikes. That's 81% strike ratio. He's done a great job of establishing the hard stuff early to set up the swings and misses on the off-speed late. Don and Mud, back over to you.
All right, Skin, thanks very much. It is all working today and has been a lot of fun to watch. 83 pitches now for Musgrove. Trevor Story leading it off here for the Rockies in the 7th inning.
Only one over the minimum for Joe Musgrove up to this point. And you know what? It was Gonzalez with the double, the pitcher, in the 3rd.
How about that?
Yeah.
I mean, if that doesn't happen, we'd be talking about another Joe Musgrove no bid.
Yep.
Story's 0 for 2. He is flied out to right, struck out swinging. And this one is to right center, and that's going to drop in for a base hit in front of Grisham. So single starts the 7th. This game has the feel that the Padres have a big lead. They really don't.
I was thinking the same thing, Don. You're exactly right. Bloop and a blast. That's the way the Rockies are looking at it. And Story, as I mentioned, he's been striking out a lot in this series. He just dumps this one into shallow right center field off the end of the bat. And he is aboard. He's trying to make contact, avoiding the strikeout.
Charlie Blackmon has struck out, grounded out. 10 strikeouts today for Joe Musgrove. Fly ball down the left field line. Profar towards the line. Sunglasses on, makes the catch. One down in the 7th, and now a quick word from Fix Auto.
In 2021, supporting your community means supporting local businesses. Fix Auto Collision Centers want you to know that they're locally owned and operated. Call or click to find a body shop near you.
1 on, 1 out for the Rockies here in the 7th inning. And that'll bring up their first baseman, C.J. Cron. Cron today has struck out twice. Looking in the 2nd, looking in the 4th inning. And the recipient of strike 1. Musgrove trying to work his way around a leadoff single by Trevor Story here in the 7th. Fly ball center field. Grisham coming in, will get there to make the catch. Dropped it on the transfer out there in center field, as indicated by Quinn Walcott, second base umpire. And there are 2 outs in the inning. Bud Black is not going to challenge that. He is in agreement.
Yeah, even if he drops that ball with the runner, he's got to hold up, right? It's going to be a force out at second base. It'll be a fielder's choice if they rule that no catch.
Here's Ryan McMahon, 0 for 2 so far today. Back safely at first is Story. So that is the 21st inside the park home run in franchise history. It's the second inside the park home run this year in the majors. Zach McKinstry for the Dodgers that won against the Rockies in the top of the 8th inning back on April 3rd. First Padre at Petco Park to get one. Last guy, July 17th, 2010. He's working in the booth next door. Tony Gwynn Jr.
I remember that one.
You actually remember that one?
It was here at Petco.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It was a game you broadcast,
yeah,
like all the other ones.
Tony utilizing his speed. Hit it in the gap, and it kind of caromed away and had that spin on it to where they were playing him a certain way, and they had to run and get it, allowing him to utilize his speed to circle the bases.
Touch all the bases. There he is. There he is. So you do remember. You're not just making it up this time.
I remember
all about Tony Gwynn Jr. Oh, goodness. Swing and a miss.
Both breaking balls, very nice today. The changeup, awesome from Joe Musgrove. As you mentioned earlier, Don, it's all of his pitches that are very effective this afternoon.
Breakdown today for Musgrove, 91 pitches deep. Taps it foul. Well, this copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres. Two down in the 7th. As Story gains his lead at first base. Going over there again, and Story back to the bag. Did you hear the paper snap at the end?
I did, and I was just about to say that there are actually people on Twitter that are looking forward to that now.
To the snap?
To hearing the paper snap of confidence.
Strike 3. 11 strikeouts for Joe Musgrove. 7th inning stretch, 2-0 Padres.
The get-go. 1, 2, 3 first, second also. In the 3rd, he gave up a double to the pitcher, but it was his breaking stuff that was magic this afternoon. Both the slider and the curveball. Threw some changeups also to keep him off guard. Once in a while, you'd sneak a fastball by him because they were guessing. 93 pitches, 7 solid, and like Blake Snell, Joe Musgrove, his goes to 11 as well. No walks, 11 strikeouts. A great day on the hill in the big leagues for Joe Musgrove.
New pitcher on for the Rockies as we move to the bottom of the 7th inning. Robert Stevenson takes over for Chichi Gonzalez.
ERA for the bullpen for the Rockies, last in the National League. 29th in all of baseball with 5.62 ERA. 284 batting average against Robert Stevenson. Enters his 19th game. Has been scored upon in 2 of his last 3 outings.
Nice day today for Chichi Gonzalez. 6 innings. And he departs on the hook. Having given up 2 runs. Both home runs. One for Fernando Tatis Jr. that went out of the park. And one to Jake Cronenworth, who stayed in the park.
Yeah, he threw the ball really well this afternoon. No doubt.
He ends up with a total of 6 strikeouts. He walked only 1. Jurickson Profar leading it off and waiting on a 1-0. And a swing and a miss to even the count at 1-1. Profar, O'Grady, and Caratini scheduled to bat here in the last of the 7th inning. Gonzalez ended up throwing 83 pitches in 6 innings of work today for the Rockies. Bounces in for ball 3. Brian O'Grady waiting on deck as the Padres bat here in the home half of the 7th. 2-0 advantage. Another tight one in game 3 of this series. That's in there for a strike. Profar gets the bad news from Trip Gibson.
Yeah, that's off the plate. That's in. Poor Seamer.
That's ball 4. And Profar down to first base. Leadoff walk starts the bottom of the 7th inning. It's only the 2nd walk allowed today by Rockies pitching. And the lead runner on for San Diego here in the 7th inning. Comes Brian O'Grady.
I'd like to see the kid get into one. You saw that in spring training in Peoria. Pull pop at the complex.
Over to first and back to the bag is Profar. Going back over again.
See what kind of delivery Stevenson uses with Profar in first base. A slide step. Will he use the big leg kick? Will Profar be in motion? I say if you get the jump, go.
To the end of the Padres dugout. Sharply hit, but out ahead is O'Grady as he fouls it off. Center fielder Garrett Hampson over towards right center. And then towards the line and left is Tapia. So there is tons of room out there in left center field if Grady chooses to go in that direction. See that gap out there in left center. Ton of room. To the deepest part of the ballpark out there. Runner goes, and a line drive foul.
That ball was scalded. Good jump from Profar as well. You know, Don, as you were mentioning the defense in the outfield for the Rockies,
yep,
it just occurred to me, it must be, obviously it's a big difference, but to witness it firsthand as an outfielder, going from Colorado's Coors Field and on the road to a smaller outfield, it must be, I mean, big time drastic. Because it's huge, as we know, the most acreage in Major League Baseball.
Fast.
Yeah. And they think, oh my gosh, I don't have to run as far in this series.
Yeah, it must be a daunting task to look out, you know, other outfielders. Like if you're the center fielder, you look to your left, look to your right, and realize how far away those guys are.
Absolutely.
I mean, we got to cover all this space, really?
Yep.
Profar is off, pitches a ball, throw is late. Steals second base in a scoring position.
Oh, that wasn't even close. Let's check out the jump. Decent jump, high leg kick. There's the flash look, and then look. Head first, gets in there safely, not even close. And Nunez took a long time to get rid of that ball.
Into scoring position with nobody out here in the seventh. Ball and 2 strikes to O'Grady. For 2 in this game, he has grounded out to first and struck out swinging. Stevenson taking a long time, so O'Grady got time and backed out. And now they're going to meet. Taking a long time.
Don't they have cards?
They do, but apparently they're having trouble with the cards. Maybe they don't have the same cards. Bud does not look enamored.
No.
He's not having a good time.
No, it's been a rough go around.
Yes. His club is 2-16 on the road. And in danger of dropping their 17th away from Coors Field. 2-2. Popped up, foul ground over is Nunez and Fuentes, but neither will have a play. On deck, Victor Caratini. Padres trying to add on, have a 2-0 advantage. Two. Swing and a miss, and O'Grady strikes out. High fastball. That one in there at 99 to get him. Let's have it out with the Callaway long ball. Victor Caratini getting a grand slam against Robert Stevenson when last he saw Stevenson in Colorado. 401 feet the distance. 110.8 on the exit velocity and launch angle at 23 degrees.
Yeah, that was a fastball right down the middle at 98. Straight as a string. And what do you know? First pitch, Stevenson, believe me, pitchers remember that. First pitch, a breaking ball, missed with the slider there.
Now the Padres 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position in this game. The two teams are combined for 1 for 26 with runners in scoring position the last two games. Starting to stop by Profar, who gets back to the bag. He was on the move. Trying to obtain some insurance here in the 7th inning. Up 2-0. Profar at second. Strike one. Caratini grounded out to short in the 3rd. He walked in the 5th. In the air to shallow right. Blackman coming in for out number 2. And now a quick word from Home Depot.
Scan the field and read the product review. Check inventory status and place your order easily in the Home Depot app.
Blackman makes the catch for out number 2. We get a pinch hitter for the starting pitcher, Joe Musgrove, who is done after 7 innings today. 11 strikeouts, 93 pitches, 7 shutout innings for Musgrove. Tommy Pham is pinch hitting here with 2 down, a runner at second base. And Pham will take strike one. 97 from Stevenson, who has featured 99 at times, is coming into this game.
Pretty straight, though. You got to locate it.
So Musgrove is done, and the Padres pen has been busy. Craig Stammen getting ready to take over. Pomeranz on the IL. It's kind of changed his role a little bit, I think, too. He's kind of been the long man for the Padres, going 3 innings or more a couple of different times, and now may see some more action in more high leverage type situations.
Wouldn't you agree with me, though, that Craig Stammen is A-OK with that?
Oh,
right?
he could do whatever you ask him to do.
He's filled so many roles.
Yeah.
We all know
I would
that.
be comfortable with him starting games, to be honest with you.
I would too. Even closing a game.
Yeah.
Bookends.
Yep. He's as reliable as there has been.
Remember, he started game 3 last year in the playoffs, remember? Against the Cardinals?
Yes. I'm surprised you remember that.
I was there.
Yeah. Well, you were there at the other ones, too.
It
You
was
don't
awesome.
seem to remember them.
It was really good. That's a huge run out there for San Diego.
In the dirt, taken off for third is Profar. He'll get there standing. 90 feet away now.
Great recognition by Jurickson. Secondary lead is very, very key to taking that 90 feet. Here's the breaking ball. Here's where you go. Right there. Daylight. Got to go. And Jurickson sees the same thing, and he is off.
Strike 3 call, and Pham doesn't like the call at all. Padres lead Profar at third. It's 2-0 San Diego.
action. The best in the White Sox against right now, surprisingly, perhaps the worst in the Twins.
Yeah, now Lucas Giolito has had a slow start to his season, but he had the changeup going on today. 11 strikeouts for Lucas Giolito, their ace. And Mike, this is a White Sox team that has been very good under Tony La Russa, who's back in the game.
With major injuries to their lineup as well. The White Sox chugging along. The Twins, though, they're the surprise in this. Last by 11 and a half
That
games.
is surprising.
Unbelievable. Mark and I working on Padres Live, the post-game show brought to you by Cox Communications. Anything else happens around the league, we'll cover it for you. It's our job. It's what we do. But we'll also bring you what happened here at Petco Park, which is most important to you. We'll get you set for the upcoming Mariners series, which, remember, the guys are off tomorrow, and then they pick up on Friday. Don?
All right, Mike and Mark, thanks very much. As we move to the 8th inning, a fan has run onto the field, so they will deal with him. So a slight delay. Never a good idea to run onto the field.
No.
So one of the security guards who was taking care of this situation actually injured himself, and the trainers are headed out from both teams to check on the security guard. And unfortunately, this situation has not only led to a couple of arrests for sure, but an injured security guard, which is not a good situation at all. So in a delay here at the moment, we are in the top of the 8th inning with the Padres on top in this game 2-0. We are going to step aside for a moment and come back with more after this from Petco Park in San Diego. Midst of the top of the 8th inning, and the new pitcher into this game is Craig Stammen.
Craig Stammen enters his 18th game, putting together a very, very nice season. ERA of 1.82. He's riding an 11-inning scoreless streak over 9 appearances. Pitched very well over his career against his Rockies as well. 6-3 record with a 1.85 ERA against the Rocks.
Josh Fuentes to lead it off, and he'll take ball 1. Fuentes 0 for 2, has grounded out to third twice, both times Manny Machado up to the task. Two balls and a strike. Fuentes, Hampson, and Nunez scheduled to bat in the inning. 6, 7, and 8. Strike two. In the dirt and knocked down by Caratini. Able to block that. Full count. So Joe Musgrove today, 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs, didn't walk anybody, and struck out 11 through 93 pitches. As Garrett Hampson waits on deck. Last time the Padres had starters who went at least 6 innings in 3 straight games, September 2nd through the 4th of 2020. It's the only time they did so last year. That's strike 3. Well, Musgrove had 11 Ks. There's the first strikeout for Craig Stammen.
Great location with the low pitch right at the knees. There's the two-seam fastball. Brings it back just a little bit. Caught Fuentes.
So 1 out, and it brings up Garrett Hampson. He struck out twice against Musgrove. Looking in the 3rd, looking in the 5th. Speaking of strikes, there's strike 1. Fouled off to the right out of play. 0-2. Musgrove came into this game with a record individually of 3-4, 2.86 ERA, and again he gave up no runs in his 7-inning effort. Just the 2 hits. Really good today, and the Padres provided him with 2 runs. 1-2 pitch. Hampson with a swing and a miss, and back-to-back Ks for Stammen in the 8th. Nice start for the veteran.
Talked about Joe Musgrove and breaking out that curveball. Well, Craig Stammen's got the curveball as well, and that's biting off the table. Boy, the breaking ball really working well for the Padres pitchers.
2 outs in the 8th, and that'll bring up Dom Nunez. Nunez has struck out twice, swinging in the 3rd, swinging in the 6th inning. 7-8 hitters in the Rockies order. Hampson and Nunez have combined to strike out 5 times, 0 for 5 with 5 Ks. $13 Ks for Padres pitching in this game now. And that's a strike. The breaking ball evens the count at 1-1. Connor Joe has come out on deck. He would bat in the pitcher's spot. There are 2 outs though here in the 8th. Action in the pen as Lucas Gilbreth, who we saw earlier in the series, is warming now for the Rockies. A shift in play here, and that is just foul.
Donnie, you and I have experienced Padre teams like the Rockies are right now, right? A lot of strikeouts.
Yes.
Not a lot of offense. But, you know, you look at the big picture. 2-0, close ball game. Anything can happen. But, and I think you'll agree with me, being down 2-0, being the type of team the Rockies have, it seems like it's 12-0,
right?
Doesn't it?
Yes.
But hey, don't get me wrong. We got a close game here. And believe me, Padre fans watching, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
2-2. That's strike 3. Craig Stammen comes into this game. Josh Fuentes.
Say it!
Garrett Hampson.
Say it, Donnie!
Dom Nunez. All down by way of the K. Bally Sports presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, official partner of the San Diego Padres. And by Jerome's Furniture. Catch a Padres action from Jerome's best seat in the house. Sign up for a chance to win at jeromes.com. Padres have got great pitching today. Timely hitting. A couple of home runs. One that went out of the park, one that stayed in the park. And it's 2-0. As we head to the last half of the 8th inning. New pitcher on for the Rockies, Lucas Gilbreth.
Saw him in game 1, came in the 6th inning. Third of an inning, only walked one. He struck out one. Enters his 7th game. Left-hander's got an ERA 9.5. Only 5 2/3 innings of work. You get a little wild also.
The top of the Padres order, Trent Grisham to lead it off. He's had a tough day at the plate, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Not waiting around, takes a hack for strike 1. 94 on the fastball from Gilbreth. Takes over for Robert Stevenson. Win an inning, no hits, no runs, walked about or struck out 2. To left field, Tapia not going to get there. Gapper to second goes Grisham. A double starts the bottom of the 8th for San Diego.
Trent Grisham needed that. As you mentioned, Don, after 3 strikeouts, taking that ball the opposite way, splitting that left center field gap. Looking for some insurance, stays on that breaky ball nicely. Went down and got it. Get him over, get him in. Really hard holding back the smiles.
Here's Manny now, 0 for 3 today. Chop left side to first for the out, and Grisham was able to pull up. He was headed to third.
Yeah.
He was going to be really out, but instead he pulled up and got back to second base. And there's one out in the inning. Well, it's time now for the Bill Howe play of the game, and the inside the park home run for Jake Cronenworth. Watch the ricochet off the wall. Bam! Jake is off.
Nobody backing up on that either. The center fielder, nowhere to be found.
Oh.
Second baseman, nowhere.
Jake just kept running.
Yeah, Little League home run. Love it.
All the way around.
Juice boxes for everybody after the game. Orange wedges.
Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. The Padres had Profar at second base in the 7th inning, could not get him in. They have Grisham at second base to start things here in the 8th. Machado grounded out, so 1 out. Grisham at second still. Padres have stranded 4 men on in this game. To left field, Tapia moving over to make the catch, and that's out number 2 of the 8th inning. That brings up Fernando Tatis Jr., who did this earlier in the ball game, back in the 4th inning.
First pitch he saw, that at bat. Exit velo 108.4. Distance 415, going the opposite way. Very nice.
Bud Black out there. And he has not made the change yet. This may be just a discussion. And now he will make the change, apparently, because he's coming in. Whether he indicated he wants him or not, I don't know. Yep, that's going to do it. So we got a pitching change with 2 outs in the 8th inning. Padres holding on to a 2-0 lead. You know where that is, Mud?
Oh yeah, that's the Hotel Del.
Yes, it is.
It's over on the island.
On the beautiful island of Coronado.
Beautiful.
Although you dispute that it's an actual island.
It's an isthmus.
Well,
yeah.
I think it's an island.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's fine.
There's water all the way around.
I don't know.
Well, 2 down here in the 8th. And Justin Lawrence, the new pitcher now for the Rockies.
Well, it's one of 2 pitches you're going to see, sinker or slider. And he's got some good fuzz on that sinker at 98. Enters his 7th game. Only 5 innings, but a high ERA of 9. It's a very big run out there for the Padres. And Trent Grisham at second base.
Time call. Baseball has come out on the field in center field from one of the bullpens. So Garrett Hampson's got to go run it down. Fernando a triple shy of hitting for the cycle. Wouldn't that be something? And inside the park,
yep.
And a cycle on the same day.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That'll go to the backstop, and to third goes Grisham, 90 feet away.
Wow. That's like 97, 98.
Way over there.
Yeah.
Takes the strike, 1-1, 99. Well, he was one of the 2 home runs today, and since the Padres hit a home run today, you get a free jumbo jack tomorrow with a purchase of a large drink. Padres trying to add a run here in the bottom of the 8th inning. On the ground, down the line, foul. If that is fair and ends up down in the left field corner, you got a shot at a cycle.
Yeah, that would have been exciting to see that ball rattle around down there.
And you wouldn't remember it tomorrow.
Let's take a look. Yeah, clearly foul.
You remember Joe Musgrove's no-hitter?
I do. It was in Texas.
Do you remember it, though?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was great. You know, for the triple here, you need one of those high, deep fly balls to the gap, and both outfielders.
Line to left. That's going to end up in the left field corner. Tatis will head for second. Run scores. Padres take a 3-0 lead. That'll work. 4th hit of the day for Fernando.
Welcome back, kid. You are some kind of special. There's the breaking ball, middle in, gets the hand through, serious top spin. Cruising into second base with the double as Grisham will scamper home with the 3rd run this afternoon. That is a huge run. Little shimmy, shimmy.
Here's Eric Hosmer. Take strike one. There's 99 for you, too, from Lawrence. Where he's been. Osborne is returned today. Struck out, flied out to left, popped out to short. 299 average. The 4 hits for Tatis ties a career high for him. Previous time, July 14th of 2019 against Atlanta.
Oh, I remember that. That was great.
Yeah, name one of the hits.
Double.
Back to the mound. Lawrence has got it, and he'll flip underhanded to first, and that'll end the 8th. But the Padres get an insurance run. Non-top 3-0 to the 9th we go. Flexer at the end by Jake Cronenworth to finish it off on what has been a great day today from Petco Park in San Diego. It is 3-0. The Padres on top of the Rockies as we head to the 9th inning. And a pinch hitter, Connor Joe, is going to face the Padres closer, Mark Melancon.
Shark sighting. Rockies are going to need a bigger boat as Mark Melancon enters his 19th game. He's 14 for 14 in save opportunities. Minuscule numbers, a .92 ERA for the right-hander. Pitched in a non-safe situation yesterday, 1 inning, 2 walks, and a strikeout.
How about the job by Craig Stammen?
Outstanding. 3 strikeouts.
There's 3 hitters. As Joe fouls this one back to the screen. Glancing off of Caratini. 14 strikeouts today for Rockies hitters against Padres pitching. 11 for Joe Musgrove, 3 for Craig Stammen. Strike 2. Padres coming into this game having won 5 straight. All the games on the homestand so far. Will they sweep the Cardinals? Trying to sweep the Rockies. 2-2. Raimel Tapia, then Trevor Story anticipated here in the 9th inning. Joe stays alive, getting a piece.
See how far out in front Connor Joe was on that curveball? Got him leaning. And now, once again, Melancon does not throw that hard. He throws that cut fastball. He'll also throw that four-seamer, but it just makes that fastball, whether it's the cutter or the four-seamer, seem a little bit harder and tougher to hit.
Popped up right side. Jake Cronenworth on the short lawn and right for out number 1. Looking for his league leading 15th save. He's got 14 of them to lead the league currently. 1 out in the 9th, and Raimel Tapia coming up here for the Rockies. Tapia today has struck out swinging, popped out to short, and grounded out to third base. Center fielder Trent Grisham over towards left center. Gap out in right center. In front of the plate, it's a fair ball. And he'll just supply the tag.
He just grounded out to the catcher.
2 down. That is 2 unassisted. Tapia didn't run for some reason.
No, it's where the ball is touched, right? And he lets it roll. It's out in front of home plate. There it's touched. Fair ball. Apply the tag. Or did he throw to first?
No, he just applied the tag.
He came back right here, yeah, because it looked like there he goes, right there.
2 down in the 9th, and Trevor Story standing in. The Friar faithful will stand as one at Petco Park in San Diego. Strike 1 to Story. Story 1 for 3 today. He's got one of only 2 hits collected by the Rockies on the afternoon. Strike 2. Melanson with the 0-2 pitch. Chopped up over the mound. Cronenworth around second. Padres win! They sweep the Rockies and have won 6 straight games as Melanson picks up save number 15 of the year on a day when Joe Musgrove, with 7 shutout innings, struck out 11 Rockies today. The final, the Padres 3, the Rockies nothing. It's time for Padres Live, the post-game show. Mike Pomerantz, what's in store? Padres Live is coming up next from Petco Park after this.